Hello, my name's Ben O'Shaughnessy. I'm the co-director and producer of Scorched in aid of Amnesty International, written by Wajdi Murwad.
So, what attracted you to directing Scorched then?
It attracted me was the film. I saw the film on Sondies before I read the script, and it completely blew me away. I sat at the end, the credits had finished, I was on a DVD, and the screen had gone blue, and I'd realised that I was still sitting like that at the screen, and it was amazing. I'd never seen a film like it, and I immediately rewound to find out who wrote it, and it was written originally by a man called Wajdi Murwad, who's a French-Canadian writer from Lebanese extraction, and it was based on his original play called On Sondies, and it was adapted, translated into English and named Scorched by Linda Gaborio.
Actually, you've near enough answered the next question for me, because I've got, how did you feel when you first watched the film or read the script for the first time?
Well, there were two very different feelings actually, because the film is fairly accurate to the original stage play of On Sondies, and therefore Scorched, because the stage play on Sondies was written first, then it was made, translated into Scorched, and then it was made into a film. And the film is based on the French version, not on the English version. There are slight differences. So some of the character names are slightly different. Janine is called Jean in On Sondies in both versions. And when I saw the film, I was dumbstruck. When I read the script, it was a different feeling. It's because the way it works is different, and it's not. The film is linear, so it starts off here and it ends there, in order, chronological order. The play Scorched isn't like that. It goes around, and there's different time zones happening concurrently, simultaneously, and so the impact it has on the audience is very different, and it's very impressive. And particularly this adaptation, our version of it, mine and Hannah Wood, who's my co-director with me, and Colin Emmett has done the lighting. Hannah designed the set and Colin has done the lighting. The scheme that they've done is brilliant, because it adds a whole another dimension to this already brilliant script.
Right. I've got, what has been the most challenging part of the rehearsal process for you?
Yeah. This is my directorial debut, so the whole thing has been a challenge in many ways. But it's been brilliant. I've loved it. It's taken over my life, and I've been thinking about this since May 2012 when I first read the script. It was all rather romantic. It was on the roof of an hotel in Barcelona by a pool, and I read it straight through in one sitting, and I was just electrified. And I knew immediately, because I've been at the Titchell Festival Theatre for just over 2 years involved with it, I could straight away, I knew Janine, that's Claire Blackburn. Noel, that's Amy Mannering. Sauda, that's Holly Robertson. I knew immediately. Actually, no, initially Sauda was Hannah Wood. But then we spoke and we changed her into the co-director, because basically I'm totally inexperienced. So I've got all these ideas that are ridiculous, and Hannah and Colin are the people who know what they're doing, and they're clever, and they make it work in a certain way that's brilliant.
Right, the next question then is, what have you enjoyed the most? But you probably answered that as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, sorry Tom, but all of it, and it's a cliche, but everybody involved, from the entire cast to the people involved with from Amnesty, because we're doing it in aid of Amnesty, the people involved in the soundtrack. We've got an original music score written and produced, composed and played by Sean Britton, who's in the play. He's a completely talented, unbelievably talented man. And Gareth Howes is in a local band called Bemis. They've done it together. We're selling it for Amnesty, so all the profits will go to Amnesty. All of these people are talented, all of them. And Rick Barter, who plays about 4 characters in the play, is a complete just powerhouse. As soon as he's on stage, the whole atmosphere changes. And Sean, similarly, he plays 5 characters. They're all very different. Same person doing different things, moving the story on to a level. There's a moment, a numbers scene, I've called it, with Claire Blackburn, who's playing Janine, and this is the scene. And I'll defy anybody who watches this and not be completely blown away by this moment. And the way that she controls, Claire controls that performance is stunning. And also there's 2 other great scenes. There's so many great scenes. There's another one with Holly Robertson, the Choose scene. Every time I watch that, I'm on it just like gripped, and I've seen it, 10 times. And similarly, there's a bus scene with Amy Mannering, amazing. The opening with Ron Long, who plays Alphonse. All these people, I've loved working with these people because I go, I've got this idea, do that, and they say, okay, and they interpret what I'm saying, it's crazy stuff, and they come out and they do this stuff that just blows me away on a daily basis.
So what are you most looking forward to when the run starts then?
It finishing. Because it's taken over my life. I love it, but I'm kind of, I'm ready to let go already, but I'm in the state now where I'm trying to get audiences to come and watch it. So that's kind of hard work. Although I'm a salesman, that's what I do for a living, for actual proper living, it pays the rent living. But it is a lot of time and effort. And it needs to be seen, not because, it's not for an ego for me to say, look at what I've created with all these people. I want people to see it because it's worth seeing and it's got something to say and it's high entertainment from start to finish. It really is, it's thrilling. And the people that go to theatre and amateur theatre will see something, all these different people, local people involved in every level, collectively bring out this amazing piece, and it needs to be seen for people to appreciate it, to be entertained, because this is 2.5 hours of total entertainment. Anybody from any background will enjoy this.
And you've been asking me to ask everyone what they think of you. I can't ask you that because probably give me a self-actuated answer. So I've got a completely different one for you.
Far away.
And you're probably going to kill me. How do you feel about the shoddy State Football Club compared to the mighty Hammer who is sitting 11th in the Premier League, uncomfortable?
I've lost all faith in football. And I think if you choose to support a team as substandard as West Ham, that's your very insane choice. And being a Pompey fan is a struggle. And working in theatre is a struggle, and it makes sense that I support Pompey because it's a nightmare, to be honest.
I'll leave it there. Cheers, Ben.